How you doing? This is Steve Lobel. This is something I want to share with you and the world, to all my family and friends. It's something about kidney awareness. My friend Joey, I know him a long time. He has no kidneys, been through a lot. So I want you to check this out. And it's just the real thing.
My name is Joseph Ortiz from Queens, New York.
What do you want the world to know about you?
Actually, I want the world to know that I'm trying to help people like me that got kidney disease. Been on dialysis 10 years.
Explain to what dialysis is.
Dialysis takes the replacement of your kidney, filters your blood, and takes the impurities out of your body. And whatever liquid you might have in you too takes it out of you.
Why are you on dialysis?
I was born with kidney disease. It's called urethra. The way I was laying in my mother affected my kidneys, and the doctors told my mother when I was 3 years old I was gonna need a transplant.
How many kidneys you been through?
I had 3 transplants. My father gave me one when I was 3, and that lasted 12 years, and then it failed. Natural causes stopped working, and I was on dialysis for a couple of months, and then I got another transplant from an infant baby and in Westchester Medical Center, and that lasted only 3 months. And then I got another transplant in November of '98 when I was in high school, and that lasted 6 years from a 63-year-old woman that passed away.
So, how many operations have you been through? Tell the story. Whatever.
I don't need. I've had dozens of transplants, dozens of procedures, a lot of procedures. I don't even know how many, but a lot of them.
And if you don't go to dialysis?
If I don't go to dialysis, I could get very sick. All the impurities stay in me, and eventually, I won't be here if I don't get treatment.
All right. So what are you trying to put out there? Trying to start what?
I'm trying to start a non-profit foundation for kids that got kidney disease like me. I want kids that wasn't given the chance, whether it's financially or they don't have family or things like that, to get a chance to get a transplant and live a normal life like I have before and like I've tried to do again.
So that's the awareness you're trying to put out there?
I'm trying to put out the awareness that people need to at least think about giving their organs to people, whether it's a kidney, a liver, a lung, some eyes, whatever the case may be, because a lot of people need organs and less people want to give them. So that puts me in a rougher position, because now the list that I gotta enroll in New York is longer. It's a 7-year waiting list now. When in '98, when I got my last transplant, it was only a 3-year waiting list. So time now it's getting longer, and less people want to give them.
Why is it so hard to get a kidney?
I don't think it's that hard to get a kidney, unless you're like an average Joe out there that just got regular insurance, things like that. It's just depending on what state you're in, like Florida's got a 3-year waiting list. New York's got a 7-year waiting list. It's hard, like for any organ, not just kidneys. Livers are hard to get, but it's all basically a hard situation to really grasp.
Why don't you move to Florida then, if it's a shorter wait?
I actually did move to Florida, and I've lived there for a year. My parents are separated, but they both live out there, so that's why I went out there and I got on the list out there. I'm on the list at Tampa General. So, but I have high antigens, and I need to get on a program that desensitizes my body to get my body to where it needs to be, so that way I can receive the kidney. Without the treatment, without the desensitizing treatment that I need, I'll never receive a kidney, because my body will never be at the percentage it needs to be.
So right now you're living in New York?
Yeah, right now I'm staying in New York.
And you have no kidney right now?
I have no kidneys.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 31 years old.
You're 31 years old. Right. Okay, so who you trying to do this, awareness program with, or this nonprofit organization with?
I'm good friends with Steve Lobel. I've been friends with Steve for many, many years. He's brought me around a lot of special people, people that I've wanted to meet. And I would love to do it with Steve. He knows a lot of knowledge when it comes to networking and people's relationships and respect, and just me following him and watching him. I just wanted to do it with him, and of course, Russell Simmons. I would love to do it with Russell too. He grew up with Russell. He knows them for years. I've actually met Russell once in the Hamptons with Steve, and if I could do it with both those guys, that would be a dream come true. Because if I have Russell Simmons and Steve Lobel on my side helping me, then there ain't no stopping me with the ideas that I have, and those two guys in my corner. There's nothing else I need.
Okay, so that's basically what's going on. So obviously you had three kidney transplants.
What about me?
You have no kidneys, right? And you're walking around today with no kidney, and you stay on dialysis.
I go to dialysis. Yeah, I go to treatment 3 times a week for 3.5 hours.
So 3.5 hours a day, 3 times a week.
Exactly.
Right. And how do people try to get in touch with you? You on the Facebook, websites, email?
You could go to my MySpace right now, or to Steve Lobel's Facebook, and that's about it.